Welcome to the Business of Style podcast with me, your host, Louisa Gabriel. I'm a personal stylist and image strategist who grew a successful six-figure business, and now I'm educating and empowering other personal stylists and image professionals just like you to do the same. So please keep listening to hear the lessons I've learned and the strategies I've used along the way that are guaranteed to take your personal styling career from side hustle to six figures too. Whether you're just getting started with your styling career or you've been in the business for a while, your website is one of the most important tools for attracting and converting clients. But if it's not working the way that you need it to and converting browsers into buyers, it could be that there are a few common mistakes that you need to fix. So on today's episode of the Business of Style podcast, I'm going to break down the 5 common mistakes I see stylists make with their website. And of course, I'm going to let you know how to fix them so you can start converting those browsers into buyers and booking more and more clients. So let's get comfy and let's dive in. The first thing, you're not including your prices. Okay, so let's talk about prices. I know it can be one of those topics people don't like to talk about. People want to hide their prices, but one of the biggest mistakes that I see time and time again is that stylists and image consultants, they're hiding their prices or they're not including their prices. And why are you hiding those prices? I mean, after all, you are offering a service that is really going to help people feel more confident, stylish, and make big changes in their lives. So why do we continue to hide those prices or just exclude them altogether on our website? Well, I think sometimes we feel that our prices may scare people away, and we want to kind of have that conversation in person. We feel we can give a better explanation of the value of what we do if we're having that conversation. So our focus is to get them on that free discovery call, that free consultation call. But here's the thing. People want to know what they're getting into up front. If somebody has to hunt down your prices, they're already going to be frustrated, and chances are they're going to start looking elsewhere. And as I've said many times before in many different episodes, if a person can't afford your prices, then they're not your clients. So it doesn't matter whether you get them on a discovery call or not, they are still not your clients because they can't afford your prices. Another thing about pricing is that people really want transparency. And if they can't see those prices on your website, then you're not giving them transparency. Okay. So I want you to add your prices. I want you to feel comfortable and confident about adding prices to your website. Make it clear. Don't be tucking them away all the way down the bottom of the page in the most tiniest font possible that you could find. Make sure that it is actually easy for people to find. People come to your website to get information, and a big piece of information for people is the prices. So make sure people can find them. And you can still share the value of what you do and how you're going to solve their problems. You can do it in the content on your website in many different ways. But when it comes to pricing, let's save people's time, okay? Let's give them the price. Let's get to it relatively quickly on our website too. I mean, you may think that you're going to get them excited by sharing more and more details about the value and how it will change their life. But let's face it, at the end of the day, if they can't afford to work with you, don't waste their time. and definitely don't waste your time. Okay. And don't risk being put in a situation on a discovery call when they ask you to lower your prices because they simply can't afford it. So before you jump on that call, that person you're speaking with should know what your price is, or at least a price range, and that it's non-negotiable and that they can actually afford to work with you. So that's a big one. If your prices are not on your website, this could be losing you clients. So get those prices on the website where people can find them and see them and decide whether they can afford to work with you before you take the relationship to the next level. The second mistake is there's too much information on the website and you're confusing potential clients. Now, yes, it is very important that you showcase your expertise, but sometimes less is going to be more. I've seen so many websites where a stylist has pages and pages of content, or it's that never ending homepage. I'm sure you've been to different websites, right? Where you just you seem scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and you just never seem to get to the end of the page. And sometimes that's really frustrating. It's confusing. You don't actually pay attention to what you are looking at, and you end up simply clicking off and going to a different website. So while providing information and insight and showcasing your expertise to any visitors on your site is helpful, too much information can be confusing and it can be overwhelming for potential clients. And I have to tell you, confused clients do not buy. It's a simple fact. So we don't want to overwhelm them. When people visit your website, they want to know what is in it for them. What's the solution you've got to their problem, and what makes you the person that can achieve the results they are looking for. So I'll give you an example. If you're an image consultant or a stylist and you start explaining all the different body types and every single different color theory under the sun, this potentially is confusing to your visitor. Okay. They are coming to you because it's not something that they really understand themselves. It's something that they need help with. So why are you giving them all this in-depth information? They want you to have that information and to understand that information and be able to translate that through the work that you do, but it's not necessary for them to understand everything. So instead, try and focus on what the potential client can expect when they book a consultation with you. A clearer, more confident version of themselves. That's what they can expect. That's the win. That's the result that they're looking for. Make it easy for them to understand the benefits of your services in a clear and simple way. And remember that there are many different ways to share information. So it doesn't always have to be something written. People don't want to jump to a website and read pages and pages of information. So make sure that you're using all those different mediums that are out there, such as videos and images. That's a great way to share the information that potential clients are looking for. So don't overwhelm your website visitors and don't give them too much information. And that moves us nicely onto number 3, which is kind of the flip side of number 2, is that you're not giving them enough information. Sometimes we get so caught up in keeping things simple that we actually forget to explain what we really do. So as a stylist or consultant, you need to clearly communicate exactly what services you're offering and what's involved in those services. I've seen websites where the stylist says that they're offering style consultations, but what does that actually mean? It's not very clear what that means. Now, I know what that means, but I'm in the business. I've been doing it for years. But a potential client might not know what a style consultation is. And, let's face it, every stylist and image consultant does things differently. So you want to make it clear exactly what it means. Is it a virtual service? Is it in person? Is it a full wardrobe overhaul? Do you offer seasonal updates? Is personal shopping part of it? What exactly is a style consultation? You've got to give them enough information to help them understand what's involved so that they can determine if that's actually what they are looking for. So let's say a potential client visits your site because they're looking for help building a capsule wardrobe. If all you have is a general statement like, I help you look your best, that doesn't really give them enough confidence to want to book a session, right? It's very ambiguous. It doesn't really mean anything. So you need to be a little bit more specific. Give them some more information. So rather than that vague statement, how about I help you build a versatile wardrobe with 30 pieces you can mix and match, designed specifically for your lifestyle. That gives them everything that they need to know in one simple sentence. Okay. Doesn't overwhelm them by giving them too much, but it's very clear. And they know that if they book an appointment with you, that they are going to come away with this versatile wardrobe of 30 pieces that they'll be able to mix and match, and it'll work for their lifestyle. Be specific about your offerings. The more specific you can be, the better it is. But remember, let's not jump to number 2 and give them too much information, but let's give them enough. Let's give them a very clear idea of what you do or what they can expect. We don't want to leave potential clients guessing, because that might lead them to continue browsing somewhere else. All right, we are on to number 4. One of the common mistakes that I see people making with their website is that they're not actually answering the questions that potential clients have. So when somebody lands on your website, they are there because they are looking for answers to the questions that they have. And they are looking for specific solutions to the challenges they are facing. And that's what the website is really about. It's about giving them the answers to the challenges that they face. It's giving them the information and answering their questions. Now, you might be thinking, well, how do I know what questions they have? Well, of course, for very specific questions that are very niche related, it's all about knowing who your target client is, right? And I've talked about this in so many episodes before. You really got to understand your target client, and you've got to understand the challenges they are facing. So getting to know your ideal client on a deeper level is going to help you to actually be able to anticipate the questions that they have. And therefore, when you are creating your website and creating the copy for it, you can make sure that you are preemptively answering those questions for them. But if we're talking just in general, people are usually asking the following question. Number 1, will this work for me? Number 2, how will this benefit me? Number 3, what is the process like? What's involved? Number 4, what results or outcomes can I expect? Number 5, is this stylist the right one for me? Number 6, does this stylist understand what I am experiencing right now? And number 7, can I afford to work with the stylist? Which loops us all the way back to number 1, making sure your prices are there. So these are 7 common questions that people have in mind when they are going to your website. So you want to make sure at a bare minimum that you are preemptively answering these questions on your website. Okay. Remember, if you aren't addressing the questions people have up front, it might cause them to leave your site before they actually get the answers they need. You got to remember, not everybody wants to dive straight into that discovery call, because I know a lot of you are probably thinking, well, I have this free consultation call for them to actually call me and spend, 15, 20 minutes talking about these things and I can answer their questions. But not everybody wants that. Nowadays, we don't really like talking on the phone, right? We prefer to do a lot of things by messaging, but not everybody wants to spend that time booking that call, and jumping on a discovery call straight away. So they want to see some information, some of their questions answered on your website before they put any more time and effort into the process. So be proactive. Answer those questions on your site in the main content of your website. And also don't forget, you can add an FAQ section or an FAQ page, which is frequently asked questions. This can be a game changer because you can list out all the different potential questions that people may ask, and it gives them very clear information. And on another side note, it's actually really fantastic for your search engine optimization too. So double reason to actually have an FAQ page or an FAQ section on your website. But it gives people the confidence that they understand what they are getting into before they take the relationship with you any further or before they spend their hard-earned money. So it's definitely very important that we do use our website in the right way. And one of those ways is to answer those questions that potential clients may have. All right, so on to number 5. The 5th most common mistake that I see people making with their website is that they are not connecting themselves to their business. So we have to remember that as personal stylists and image consultants, we're not just selling services and selling results and selling value. We're actually selling ourselves. We are central to our business. You are your business. So your website actually needs to feel like it is coming from you, that you are this real person and the website is an extension of you. Okay. Yes, you want to keep it professional, but it needs to be about that real person with that real personality and that real life experience. Talked in episodes before about the importance of connection, and this is one way we do it. If you create a website that just has more of this business feel and it doesn't really connect with you, that can make it much harder for people to make that connection and feel comfortable. So we want to make sure that when people are visiting our website, that they get to know who we are, not just as a stylist, but also as a person. What's our personality like? So that they can see if this is going to be a match, if this is going to be a good connection for them. So don't hide behind generic copy for your website or stock photographs. A stock photo here and there, yeah, absolutely. But you need to show up on your site. Your personality needs to shine through. Whether you write a personal bio or you do a video introduction introducing yourself so that people can feel more connected to you. And simple things like just making sure you're the one that's writing the copy for the website, that it's coming in your voice, right? We want to make sure that your tone of voice, the way you speak, shows in everything that is written on your website. And that's why you can't be having AI write everything for you. So we want to make sure when people read it, they connect those words to your voice. So, an example, if you are a stylist who, let's say, specializes in helping busy moms feel fabulous about themselves, don't just say you offer personal styling. Instead, share your story. Maybe talk about how you got into styling after your own experience with balancing a family and self-care. If you have that lived experience, that should come through in your website because that helps build that connection. Okay. And if you're a regular listener to the show, and I know many of you are, connection has been my buzzword for probably the past, 18 months now, because it is such an important part of how businesses are marketing themselves and how people are attracting clients, and especially in a service-based industry like personal styling and image consulting. So it's really, really important to make sure that you connect yourself to your business through your website with photographs, videos, just through using your own words. We don't want to go to a website and not even know who the stylist is. And there are websites out there where I look at them and I'm like, who is this person? I can't see a picture of them. I don't know anything about them. I don't know what they look like, what they sound like. I don't know what their experience is. You've got to make that connection very clear. So come out of hiding, show your clients who you are and why you're the perfect stylist for them. Okay, so there you have it. Those are the top 5 website mistakes that I see personal stylists and image consultants make, and some ideas on how you can fix them. So just a quick recap. Number 1, don't be hiding your prices. Transparency is key. Number 2, don't overwhelm with too much information. Keep it simple, to the point. Number 3, don't leave out key details about your services and what you do. Make it clear so website visitors understand exactly what you do. Number 4, answer your clients' most common questions up front. That can be a game changer when it comes to converting those browsers into buyers. And most importantly, number 5, connect with your clients by showing up on your website and showing who you really are. And if you can avoid these mistakes and create that website that really speaks to your potential clients' needs, you're going to be on your way to turning those visitors into paying and loyal clients. So that's it for today's episode. Thank you for listening once again. I hope you found these tips helpful, and I will catch you next time. If you enjoyed today's episode of the Business of Style podcast, then don't forget to hit subscribe so you'll be notified when a new episode is available. And of course, if you're looking for additional training and resources to help you in your career as a personal stylist, then be sure to visit my website, styleacademyintl.com.